'Twas the eve of the Faversham New Year's soiree at the Faversham's Bayswater House, and whilst many girls danced, others just sat and talked and tried to pretend they were nice. Some ate fondant creams or spoke in hushed tones, but young Evelyn spoke at full tilt, for her poor heart was fluttering in a bosom, like a sparrow trapped up a man's kilt. For she knew, I'm trying to do it, please. For she knew that at some point her affianced was due, young Roger de Mole Trembler Smythe. That this was the night he would proffer his hand and ask her to be his young bride. It was just as the talk turned to celluloid, as all conversation soon do, that St. Roger arrived and led her away for that purpose of which she knew. In the Faversham Library, right by the coats, beneath the banned works of Percy Bysshe Shelley, Roger de Mole Trembler dropped to the floor and proposed with his knee in some jelly. But reply came there none. At least not straight away, for she fixed his bowed head with a stare, saying, "Oh my God, Roger, pray tell me at once what on earth has become of your hair?" Those fine golden locks that I've so much admired have changed from their corn speckled hue to a colour akin to a bright tangerine. Pray tell me, what's happened, old fruit? Oh dear. I ween, my dear Evelyn, those locks you admired, they were not mine own, but a piece. And last night, what the earth happened there? But a piece. And last night, as I sat fishing down by the brook, it was nicked by two barnacled geese. The hairpiece, you see, is an alternate job, which belonged to my late Uncle Ted. I found it amongst his final effects in a suitcase shoved under the bed. But old thing, please don't mind, for I can aver 'tis a measure quite au temporaire. For I've just ordered another one, just like the foregone, from Whigs or Us in Leicestershire Square. But Evelyn, she uttered nary a word. She just turned and looked horribly sad. And Roger, he knew that this one thoughtless act was no less than the act of a cad. He knew that he'd done something most de rigueur, that his standing was not worth a thing. He had done that one thing that could not be put right. He'd proposed in another man's wig. Rejected and ostracized by all his friends, young Roger returned to his flat. He sat at the window and said his goodbyes to his golf clubs and trusty old bat. He pulled a revolver from out of the drawer, poured a whiskey and took a large swig. Then he blew out his brains so as not to dishonour another man's wig. That's the end.